Oh yes, it's that Friday feeling. The Friday feeling has come again. Yes, and unfortunately in the UK, it's that wet Friday feeling. Yes, the bad weather has returned to the UK. Well, it is nearly October, so hey, you know, come on, can't expect too much in the world. Anyway, without further ado, what are we doing today? Stuff. That's what we're doing today. Stuff. Have a look at this. Oh yes, the overhead cam and the frontal cam. Yes, I got my thinking cap up because I've got to think about this. So here we go. We have got our silverness, and I've had to put the exposure on the camera to so you can actually see this thing. Yes. So we're going to fill this with sand. Yes. Here's one I prepared earlier, as you saw. Where do I get these from? Well, I've got these bags like this that I put on when I done my daughter. She had like I forgot what it's called there, but the photo booth, and they hold the stands down, and inside is these lovely little plastic bags full of sand, which is children's sand, basically, you know, play sand. So what we're going to do, we're going to fill this with lovely sand. Yes, we are. There we are. No, you're not watching a gardening channel if you just tuned in. And I'm not planting plants today. No, I'm not. Now, I don't know how much to put in, but I'm just going to have a little play around with that sand. And I don't want to get too much sand in my hands, because it just gets everywhere, and I don't want to put it inside the what I'm going to fill up with gumph. So hang on, the fairings, that's the word I was looking for. It's got a bag in each, so I'm going to get that out of the way. And I shouldn't have to touch this with my hands really. I think that's what I'm going to need. That's good. Okay, so we've got that sand. I'm going to put that in because the sand gets everywhere. If you've ever had a bit of romance on the beach, you know what I mean about sand getting everywhere. So, if you haven't, then give it a go. Right, so we've got our fairing. There we go. Here we go, underneath there as well. And we are going to basically, all I'm going to do is, in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten it. And of course, I've come totally prepared, and I have a flattener. No, I haven't. I could use the high-tech servo box, not only for your high-tech servos, but for also flattening sand. So I just want to flatten it down. Okay, yes. I know I could have stopped the video, and I could have gone and got myself a bit of wood from Hangar 1, or which is now called the shed. Yes, but no. You know, we try to do things, you know, as Bear Grylls does, you know, on the moment. Find what you've got around you. Do what you can with your will, with what you can, etc, 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 etc. Okay, so that's kind of squished anyway. Get sand everywhere again, but that's at least it's not going to go mad. All it is going to be just, I just want it to hold. This is where I've got to be careful not to get sand, because this is ooky in here. And I think maybe that it was wrong to compact it. I'm all teeth today. I don't know what's going on. But there you go. I think that is okay. Okay, and there you go. I don't want to go too much, because, and I better use the other end of this, because that is, so careful here. I've got to be careful, because this end here, because that's it, that's what I wanted. Pushing it over this way, that's what we wanted. Because if you can look up here, I want to go to fill up with this edge, not this edge. I think the more and more I think about this, the worse. It's just another experiment idea that's just going to go wrong. Because is this end, maybe I need to push this end a bit more, because we want it kind of even. So maybe I should have got this level. This is so hard. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just going to go with no fairings on the Spitfire. This doesn't work. Or maybe I should just, I don't know. All these big ideas of mine. But hey, if it makes you laugh, then it's okay. At least I'm doing things and saying this is what you should not do. Right, okay, just pushing that sand to there. There we go. So that is ready, I think. Let's just do that over there. Get any sand on that edge. I mean, the good thing, the good thing about this is that, excuse me, I can build on it. I can add a bit of something, whatever, foam filler or whatever else, to get it how I want it, sand it down. Yes, it's a lot of messing about, and I won't expect you to be watching either to do it. But let's just get this done first. I think I need to wash my hands because I've got petroleum jelly everywhere, and even a bit of sand, which I didn't want to get in there, so I'm hoping there's no sand in here. I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we have got this. It's called Rising, something like that. Rising 2000. Anyway, 200 even. Rising. Get it all right, Chris, for God's sake. Right, so basically it's like plaster of Paris, but it's a bit stronger. So we're going to go with that sort of thing. What you need with this, now what it says on the back here, it says, example, 280 millilitres of water does a kilo. Now a kilo's a bag and it makes 650 millilitres of gunk. So I'm a bit worried about gunk. That's what I'm worried about. Is it going to be enough? I'm not going to be able to do two, obviously. It just seems a lot. I mean, there's a lot of powder in here. There's a kilo of powder. 1 kilogram, whatever that is in everything else, to 200 millilitres of water, which is not a lot, is it? Don't tell the wife that I've got a jug, will you? But I have got, yes, there's my hat. I forgot to put my hat on. Is my hair alright? Is it a bit fluffy? Yeah, tart. I have got a bucket. Yes, it's a bucket. Hello, it's a bucket. It's my stirring bucket. So let's stick that in there. Stick that. In fact, let's stick this over here. Well, I'm looking at the top here, so we can see what we're doing. Or you can see what I'm doing, making a mess. Right. So we fill it with water. This is all going to go wrong. This could be an outtake for Christmas. That is not a lot of water. I think that's wrong on the side there. 280 millilitres. 200 and that's 300 there. Can you see that? That's 300. So that is right. Okay. Now where's the English on here? Right. Rinse out the mould. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Fill the mould quickly. Doesn't say even how I do it, but it says that a part can be removed for the roll of 30 minutes, and then after the complete drying, depending on the shape, for 2 to 8 days. Hey, what's the worst going to happen? Right, let's fill it up. Now I'm going to put some in here. Here we go. Look at that, I'm making a cake. Oh, that just doesn't look like. Oh, okay, so that's all of it then. It's just oh, I don't know. It's one of them weird things that you think I should maybe mix this in slowly rather than just chucking it all in. It's one of them things that it's a bit like when you, I don't know, if you make mashed potato and you mash it up and then you put your milk and butter in, if that's what you do, because that's what I do. And you always think, oh, should I put a bit more milk in? And you don't, and it's fine. But you put a bit too much milk in, you end up a bit like this, really. Slop. Something you'd learn. If you didn't know and you want to know how to make mashed potato, there you've heard it first. Yes, you mash your potatoes up, you put a little bit of milk in, if you like milk, and then put a little scoop of, like a big spoon, dessert spoon of butter. Mash it in until rather smooth, and add milk if necessary. No, you are not watching a cooking program. First of all, you thought it was going to be Let's Plant program, and then you're looking at me saying we're cooking, Chris. No, we're not. We're not. We are stirring. I'll tell you what, I reckon I could have got 2 moulds out of this. Mind you, then I'd have had to make one of my little cocoons for my with sand and stuff, and I've only got one. It's quite therapeutic making that, I must admit. It's a bit like when you put decals on planes and bits and pieces, you know. I think that's now. You just got to keep. And this does go off quite quickly, apparently. So. I think that's nice. I can. It looks okay. It looks good. Yes, I didn't bring a towel or anything like that because that would be me planning to do stuff. And we all know I don't do that. Don't tell the wife. So I'm so glad I didn't go think that they was being silly and it was not enough. Right, now, there's a little tip for you here as well. I've got a little old paintbrush thing here. Here, paintbrush. Is when you fill it in here. No, it's not fillet of fish. No. When you fill it in here, just put a little bit and then just dab it. Because what happens, see, I've learned about this. Yes, I learned something. Me learned something. It gets rid of the bubbles. So there's no hidden bubbles because the edge is quite important. Well, it's very important. Because it's when we're going to put our fiberglass onto. Right. Let me stick this again. So you're probably going to get blinded. So you have to excuse the blindiness. Oh, no, okay, so it's all good blind. Let me just turn the old... there we go. Can you see? Right. Now, also, I think what I should do, I should put it back into my wife's pyro dish. Because I've got at least there's a lip in there. Well, that's rather satisfying. In fact, I think I had a lumpy bit in there. I know you can't see me, it's off camera. Right, okay, let's pour. Right, so I'm just going to pour a bit in here first. Okay. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to just get rid of these bubbles. See all these bubbles coming to the surface? You probably can't. You probably can't. You're saying, Chris, I can't see it. I'm a bit concerned about this because I just think I've also just made a boo-boo. Let's see them bubbles come up. They was all hiding on the floor. They was. I've got a bit of a boo-boo because I think I should have put this on something. Like I should have put it. I wonder if I can still do it because it's going to fill up one end more than the other. This does really dry quickly. You have to do it quickly, apparently. You can already see it solidifying. Right. I think this is a big bodge. It's almost like I need to do it in 2 hits. Let me just put that back down again, maybe. This is all going wrong. Or is it? Will it go to that edge? Will it go to that edge? It's going that edge. Oh, it's leaking, it's leaking, it's leaking. Oh, it's leaking everywhere. Okay, it's alright. It's alright. It's not alright. That is a weird shape. It's leaking. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll use this because it's we'll make a drain pipe. We'll make a drain hole. We'll make a drain hole. I'll throw this sand away maybe, or this bit of sand. Oh, this is all going wrong. What is? Can you see what's going? Oh, you can look. Oh, that's just. I'm making a mess. This can be thrown away anyway because these are easy to get. So basically, I'm not getting my shape whatsoever. Am I? I don't know what to do about here because it's actually solid. Oh, I wonder if I could maybe just put a little bit of something under here. Don't ask me why, but I actually thought this was kind of like uniformed. I don't need the back, it's the top edge here that you can't really see. Trouble is, it's full up at this end almost and not to the end either. This is a big mistake. I think I've mucked up again. It's almost going to be another video, I think, of how not to do something. Oh, what a sausage. It's all leaked and everything and stuff. Oh my gosh, look, it's dry. Yes, it's art. I mean, it's like, I think I'm going to put it in the garden, and it'd be like one of them clocks, you know, that the old, you know, where the sundial on the, yeah, maybe. Look at that. That is like real solid. I'll have to smash out the hammer to get that back. I totally, yeah, never mind. Anyway, so we know it's hard. So let's have a look at the, oh, again. And there we go. So let's put that out of the way. So these are the little pins that I put in. These ways are done now. These are the little pins I just put in, just to, so if we take the tape off, you'll see. Yeah, I hope that's bright. I mean, let's just make it a bit brighter actually, hang on. Let's just take these off, and these just obviously stick in here. Blend them again. Blend them is great for everything. Let's just put that somewhere over there. And then we take that. Voila. Over there. Get that over there. This is great. This is a bit like when you push against the sand, it's a bit like icing or something, you know, when you crack it, it's really kind of weird. So there's the front. So you could make, I suppose, you could fill the sand up, I suppose, I don't know. But anyway, so this will come off the side. Nice. Let's brush all the sand in. So this will all, this will pick off. I'm not too worried about that. So this is the edge here. Wow. I'll tell you what, let's get this out of the way because it keeps flaring the camera. Let's put that on the floor. And here we go. So this, the camera's just a bit weird today, isn't it, with the colour? There we go. Let me just kind of zoom that in, I think. No, that is zoomed in. Okay, fair enough. So you can see the lip that I'm a bit annoyed about. That's kind of missed. So it's to there, it's all full, and then you had this lip here. So I'm going to have to figure it now. Hopefully, this should just fall out from what it said. I'm not too worried about this bit under here or this bit here. Sorry, there you go. This bit here, because that's going to go under the wing, which I don't really need. So this is looking good. Now I'm going to be gentle with this. I don't want to break it, but wow, look at that! Woohoo! Let's have a look a bit at the front cam. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is made to measure. So we've done pretty good. So I mean, I'm gonna, you hear that? Sounds like your dinner plate. I could have probably done it with plaster Paris. I just didn't want it to lift it out and it will be broken. Look at that. Look, I'm there you go. Oh, wow. Sorry about the lighting. It's just totally gone a bit mad because obviously it's just a white or grey surface. And there you go. That'll all clean out so I can do another one. So I'm going to put that out of the way. I'm not going to clean it because if I clean it, you know what's going to happen. I'm going to do another one and it'll be the same side. So now I've got these little standoffs. So they're threaded as well. So if I wanted to, I could put a nut on there. So then I think I'll be very careful with this. And I need to probably rub that down. So that will sit that will sit on the wing like so. So that's the wing shape. So that's the front of the wing there. You could probably also really sort of need to go out really so we get a bit more. There's my keys and everything else. Let's get rid of those. Here we go. Look at that. Yeah, excuse the lighting again. I do apologise. I'll see if I can do it in something post. That's not bad, is it? I like that. And that is my fairing. So there we go. There is that. Fantastic. Now, unfortunately, but I can just put it back in here for a minute. It slots in. So I've got to do something about this. So what I'll do is I'll just measure it when I get my when I get my ruler back. I'll measure that. So then, obviously, well, not obviously, but what I'll do is in here is I'll put the fiberglass all on here. I'll put the fiberglass on here. Let's put it on here. Let's do this. Let's do this camera, shall we? I'll put the fiberglass on here, and I'll make sure that it goes over that lip so it comes out from here. Then I'll put it back in here. I don't know if I'll be able to put it back in here because it's pretty snug. It's a pain in the buttocks. So I don't know how else I could have done that. I really don't. But I reckon if I put I could measure it or something. I'll do something. I will do something, unless I put a bit of paper in here, draw along the bit of paper, then put it on the fiberglass once it's hardened, and then cut it to shape. Because then once the fiberglass is to shape, then I can shape it to the wing. But that'll be underneath the wing, so then this is bit I can just mess about. But it was where it's just all sitting where it was sitting on the wing, it was pushing off. I'm rabbiting on because I'm so excited. I just got to remember not to hold it like that. This, as I say, to totally harden. It says takes about 3 days, which obviously we're not doing. So yeah. So I reckon I could then, if we go back to the head cam, I could then stick that into my polystyrene stuff with silver on it, and that'll hold there like that, ready for me to lay some fiberglass on it. Wow! And that's all the time we got. Oh, can you believe it? That went so long. And there we go. We got my spiky things, and there it is, the fairing. We're gonna have some fun with this. Yes, we are. Now I've got to let this to dry for another day or so. Anyway, I was hoping to get a bit more going, but I'm going to use basically on it some sort of deluxe materials, carbon fibre mat. Yes, this. Yes, we're going to be doing that, not fiberglass, because this is going to get much more a nice coat, and it's going to give me that lip that I want, so we can cut it back in bits and pieces. Unfortunately, this is part one because I couldn't fit it all in there. And plus the mat hasn't arrived yet anyway, so that's going to be an interesting one, because this sort of process, if this works, then hey, you know, it's fantastic. I mean, yes, it is a bit of an expensive process, I guess. I mean, I did need 2 moulds. I mean, I actually made the mould out of the insulation board that I used in the Hangar, if you saw the Hangar video. If you didn't, then, you know, I think it's over here or somewhere like that. Have a bit of a laugh when we was building the Hangar. But yes, and I used all silver tape just to make the trunk up, so for the sand. So yeah, look, little bits and pieces. There's my drain plug. Look, that's what happened to my drain plug. It's lovely stuff. It's funky stuff, and it's great. I mean, this is rock hard. It really is. I've got to smash this tomorrow to get to retrieve that. But hey, look at this. This is like I don't know what that is. That'd be pretty funky, but it's funky stuff, isn't it, when you start playing around with moulds and bits and pieces. But if this works, it'd be fantastic, because it's all the Spitfire's waiting for, apart from the Maiden. So anyway, I'm going to stop rabbiting on there, because I will rabbit on for England, and I appreciate if you've made it this far into the video, because you'll never get that time back again. But it's interesting, no? It's going to be there. It's going to get there. I know it is. I've just crossed fingers, and if I do this with one, then the next one's going to be great and bits and pieces. So hopefully we're going to, yes, well, it will be next week, unless there's a brilliant sunshine and we'll be out flying. But saying that again, I'll probably get this covered, start getting it covered in the week, start videoing it in the week. And because I don't know how long it's going to take to dry and all sorts of stuff. And this is going to be left a couple of days, it's going to be rock solid. So we can crack on with that. Anyway, if you can get out and fly wherever you are in the world, then get out and fly while you can. Have some fun. You have that Friday feeling all week long. If you can't, then get in the Hangar and start building and start playing around and start enjoying yourselves, and still enjoy that Friday feeling in the comfy cosy of your own home with a cup of tea. Oh yes. He's not here today. Anyway, if you get out and fly, be safe, keep safe, but most of all, have fun. And listen, thanks ever so much for watching. If you like, hit like, subscribe, and members and everything else, then we'll have more fun together. Anyway, thanks for popping by. Ta-ra now.